What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Today we are going to be removing some popcorn ceiling that may or may not have asbestos in it. I did get mine tested. I know what my results are. I'm just not going to disclose it in this video because some of y'all in the YouTube world get so angry about some of these things. Welcome to our brand new stock tank pool. So full disclosure, if you have asbestos, get a professional to do it. Don't do it yourself. But if you were to do it yourself, this is the way that I would do it. But definitely don't do it yourself. So I got one of these asbestos test kits from Amazon for like $35, and you scrape off a piece of your ceiling, and you could do it in multiple rooms. You could do it in your closet. You could do it anywhere you want in your house. And you send it off to them, and then 5 days later they'll tell you the results, and they'll give you a percentage of how much asbestos is in there. Today we're going to really quickly test out the asbestos in the ceiling. It's a super quick kit. I want to show you exactly how I use it. First, you want to saturate the ceiling with some water. I'm just using a water bottle because mine has some bleach in it, my spray bottle. You just spray it, let it soak in a little bit. You're going to want a respirator mask here. Then they provide a little baggie. You'll have to get your own blade. And you want to do 2-inch by 2-inch section. And there you go. Okay, and that's it. So it's all in this little baggie here. You're gonna want to change your clothes right away, take your gloves off and put them straight in the trash. They actually send you a mailing label, so you send this directly to the lab. And this is a 5-day kit. You can get a 1-day or 2-day kit as well. We just got 5-day because we have time. And then you just register your kit online, slap on your shipping label that is provided, and wait 5 days and you'll get the results. Somewhere in this house there's a very low amount of asbestos in the ceiling. I'm not going to disclose which one that is, but I'm being cautious with everything, every room that I have here, and this is just me removing popcorn ceiling. So I hope you enjoy. Let's get into it. You will 100% need a pump gun or some kind of spray gun that you don't have to keep spraying with your squeezing with your hand, because you have to spray and soak your entire ceiling and then let it sit. And then you spray it again right before removal. And just getting everything wet makes it where there's no dust. It just falls onto the floor, or in my case, a bucket. I must have left some fabric softener in here from removing wallpaper. It smells really good. So while all that is soaking, let's go through how I tape this room up. I started with the floor here, and I made the bottom like a bowl. So I taped it up. You can't really see through, where's a good spot? Okay, right here. You can see my tape right there along the sheetrock that I have. That's where the bowl from the bottom floor wraps upwards, and that's like that all the way around the room, maybe a foot or two up. Then I dropped one entire roll starting from here and wrapped it one full sheet without any seams or cuts, all the way around back to where we started with a bunch of overhang there. That way this thing is entirely enclosed. Then I have another sheet on the outside of the door as a second barrier for stuff not to escape. Then I have another sheet at the entrance of the stairs just to keep this from going up farther throughout the house and to block any drafts and things like that throughout the house. So this place is pretty much sealed up. I wouldn't recommend painter's tape. I would use masking tape or something else, but this is what I had right now, and it's actually holding up to the water pretty well. I've already scraped off a bathroom. So yeah, and then I just taped up this to the bottom there to encase the actual bowl itself. So once everything falls down into this bowl, most of it will actually fall into a bucket I have, but what doesn't will fall into this bowl, wrap it all up, keep everything misty, everything wet, just reduces the dust. And another little trick, I have an air ventilator or air purifier sitting right outside this door that I'll bring in once I have all the plastic done, but I'm leaving it on out there as well. So a ton of precautions. I have this jumpsuit thing, a mask, goggles, which just get foggy anyway, so I probably won't wear that, a hat plus this hat, gloves, and shoe covers. I think that's about it. Then you just get a scraper and have at it. Again, you need to be really careful when scraping popcorn ceiling. Now I'm going to do this next little bit of scraping on camera, but I'm going to take the camera out of this room after a short while because you want to minimize as much of this stuff getting on your equipment or anything you have in your house as much as possible. So I'm going to take the camera out of the room, but I'm going to show you a little bit of how this works. Second time. We have now scraped all of the popcorn ceiling in both of these bedrooms here downstairs. Yeah, I know the sheetrock is hung up now, but we'll get to that in the next video. While removing popcorn is somewhat of an easy process, it does get a little difficult to breathe in those masks for a couple of hours, but you can't really just take a break and walk around with your contaminated clothes, so you kind of have to just push through it. I also see why a lot of people use the long sticks with the dangling bags to catch the popcorn from falling. I bet that would save a lot of going up and down the step stools. Even though I have a long little ladder thing, it's still a long step stool. It was exhausting. It was a pretty miserable situation for a few hours there, and I got a little bit of lightheaded, probably from breathing in my own breath. What is that, carbon dioxide? After scraping, I wiped down all of the walls, all of the ceiling, got a sponge and a wet bucket or a bucket of water, and kind of mopped up the ground a little bit, as well as having the air purifier brought into this room. Then I threw my clothes immediately into the washer, got that going, and threw away the little jumpsuit. Those are only meant for one-time use. Then, if you have asbestos, make sure you take it to a facility that actually accepts asbestos. And a lot of states actually don't allow you to do it at all. You can't do it yourself. And if you were to do it yourself secretly, you can't throw it away anywhere. Regular popcorn ceiling though, you can just throw it away in your general trash. And just to clarify, because I get that this video can be a little bit fuzzy, if you have asbestos levels of above 2%, let's say, do your own research by the way, above 2%, get a professional out to take care of it for you. The levels range from 1 to 10%, I believe. And as I've mentioned a few times in this video, or had brought up on the screen, P100 filters are required. They're usually like a pink color and circular. If you have questions on asbestos, I am not the guy to ask, but go ahead and drop them down in the comments below, and I'm sure some extremely happy contractor will be more than thrilled to answer them for you. For people who are still concerned, I've since hung up sheetrock. I'm about to paint, as well as painting the rest of my entire house, laying down new floors. So if you're worried about all of those particles that drifted past my 3 plastic barriers, past my purifier, past my damp cleaning process, everything will be encapsulated by paint. Plus, whoever said I had asbestos. I also do not have central heating and cooling. If you do have that, make sure you turn that off before doing any of this. Lastly, subscribe to this video because this is all part of a cabin flip I'm doing in the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Carolina, specifically in Beach Mountain. We actually just went snowboarding on the slopes.
Wave hi.
Thank you all. I'll catch you on the next one where we are really close to finishing these entire rooms. Look, check this out. Boom, paint sprayer. I'm hoping to get this whole thing done here in a couple days. This will make it a one-day process really, but it needs primer, paint, ceiling paint, accent wall paint. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, thanks again, subscribe. I'll see you on the very next video.